Hello, everyone. Let me say Happy New Year because we're just saying for the first time this year. And I sincerely want to appreciate you for tuning into this channel tonight. And I'm glad that I'm here because we've gone through a lot in the past few weeks prior to the new year. And coming here tonight is by the grace of Almighty God. And I just want to thank you. I have 13 people online already. Thank you for tuning in. And tonight is going to be a special night because what I will be sharing with you is something that is life changing. As you know, that are on Make a Point on NYCPC Tv. We always talk about things that will motivate us and channel us towards rediscovering and rejuvenating our visions and dreams. So tonight, what I'm going to be talking about is because I want to charge us a new week. The month is running to an end, and we need to, you know, uh, try to see all our resolution if we are still on point. So thank you once again for tuning in. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please click on the like button or the follow button, or you can, if you're on YouTube, you can click on the subscribe button and like the video. So what is my point focusing on today? It is how you could make something from what seems like nothing. Yes, making something out of what seems like nothing. It's a new year with a lot of anticipation. Like we all know, there's always new resolution for most individuals. For the new year, you say, "Oh, I want to be a new person. I want to buy a new car, new houses. You want to get married. You're looking for a good job. Different approaches to the way we do things in the past. You want to do things in a new way. You want to invest your money in a new way. We all made these resolutions at the wake of 2022. But come to think of it, the year 2022 is on its way, gradually going to an end. Just like we saw 2021 fade away, just like that, it just faded away, just like that. And many are still wondering, how did I spend my 2021? Because this is the new year, I need to make a new life, I need to do new thing. The month of January 2022 is already over, 11 more months to go, which I can bet that they will surely come within the blink of the eyes if you got nothing to do. So, how far have you improved on those resolutions? What are the steps you have taken towards those dreams of yours? What are the new things you are doing right now to improve on yourself? Do you need to go back to your resolution list and refresh your memory of it to make a restart? Or you can go ahead and give yourself a rating based on your progress so far? Having said this, my concern is always about the unemployed young individuals who are wandering about in search for survival. Those colleges and university graduates who are yet to be gainfully employed. The financial fear, the loss of confidence, the social stigma that comes with the letdown of not being yet employed cannot be overemphasized. So, why is this point of mine tagged making something out of what seems like nothing corresponds with the situation of unemployment. First, most people go for learning just to pre-approve themselves for the right employment opportunities, and most chose their course of studies based on their parents or guidance recommendations. However, the truth of the matter is education is not only to make someone worthy for job opportunity, but it is to fine-tune our knowledge as humans and to create a solid background for an enlightened lifestyle. Our purpose of pursuing higher learning should not be limited to just acquiring a certificate that will make us eligible for just job opportunity. It should encompass a mindset that will be ready to impact the world positively. The second thing, many families have long inherited traits that serve as means of survival and sustainability from time past. Most of our parents utilize the profit they made from this type of trade to raise us as children, and they send many of us to school just to give us a better opportunity to life through education, a life that they might not have had the opportunity to experience in the past. The painful thing is that most of these trades go down the drain the moment we, the children, decide to switch to more corporate professions, even when they are yet to be employed. Many never sees any chances in creating a means for survival through this long inherited traits. What happens afterward? Legacies of these are loving parents just died and fade away like that. But who is to blame in this situation? Is it the children or the parents, or is it the society? Leave your comment in the box if you know who is to blame in this situation. But we are not here to lay any blame games. But how can you make something out of what seems like nothing? And that is what I'm making a point on tonight. How can you make something out of what seems like nothing? Now that you are still wondering about looking for a white collar job, what is the situation of that handy job your parent trained you through school with? What is the condition of that trade your mother single-handedly utilized to train you throughout your school time? Gone or lost its commercial values, and you still run to this parent for assistance with the little they are surviving on. What then is the value of the higher education you acquired if you cannot impart the business that sourced for your expenses while at school? Why are you ashamed of such a profession done by your parents? Why are you shy of that kind of trade your mother runs in the marketplace? Well, one of the reasons for you to be educated is for you to do things better and more professionally than someone who is not educated. So, what's the value of this education if you cannot make something out of what seems like nothing? You can answer me the question in the comment section. What's the value of education if you cannot improvise for something to make a survival? That shoemaking job that you see your dad doing, you can definitely upgrade it with your education. Even become an employer of labor through it. The tomatoes and the pepper trade that your mother still runs as a petty business in the marketplace, even while you're still wandering around looking for a white collar job with your certificate, you can join her and put the torch of your education to improve it. This will be a legacy for you, and such will bring joy to such parents. What are you doing with the tools in your hands? Do you know those tools can help you make something out of nothing? This is not limited to shoemaking. Any profession, is it a vulcanizer? Is your dad used to be a vulcanizer, or is your dad a farmer? Is your mother a trader, a petty trader who trade in local attires and all that? You can leverage on this business with your education and reform it, rebrand it, and make it tenable to the world to see. Why wandering around looking for white collar job? This old job that we shine away from are the same job our parents utilize to send us to schools for us to be educated. So why are we neglecting and looking for white collar job when we can build on these legacies and make something for ourselves? I'm just pushed to release this to you tonight. It's not our normal way of making the point. But I just want you to know that the tools you have in your hand can make you can make you become what you don't even think you can become in life. Leverage on your parents' work, the handy job they are doing. Use the tools in your hand, your phones, your computers, those internet subscriptions you waste on your social medias. Use them for proper research to improve on this existing trait of your parents, and you will see how you would eventually make a great living out of what seems like nothing. If you're having difficulties in how to go about this, NYCPC is ready for you to help you through. So we'll be going to another section where I'll be talking about NYCPC. But on Make a Point, 2022 could be a great year for you if you make up your mind and break away from this societal pressure. You can make something from what seems like nothing and retain the legacy of your family. I am Prince AJ, and I just want to make a point. Thank you for tuning in. I'll stay tuned for the next program, which is Roadmap to a New Nigeria. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Roadmap to a New Nigeria. I'm so delighted to be here again, even after a long time, a long break. I think the last time we had this episode was in December, first week of December. I've been down, and but thank God I'm back on my feet. And I'm glad to still have you. Those of you who are on now, let me just have in the comment box where you're watching from. Let me have on the comment box where you're seeing this from, and just tell us where you're watching this from. Because tonight, I'm not going to take much of your data. It's just to make sure you join this, and we can rub my together and see what we can do to have a new Nigeria. But tonight, we know in the past we've talked about so many things about our education, about X sectors and all that. But tonight, as we see that election is fast approaching, the general election, the presidential election is fast approaching. So I just want us to talk about what should we look out for in our leaders. What should we look out for in government? What are the true dividends of governance? What should we expect from our leaders? I have little points here, but I want you to be the judge tonight. I want you to, give your point and make your own point from home, and so that we can all rub mind. What kind of leaders do we want? And what kind of leaders is suitable? What kind of leaders are suitable for the leadership of this our country? If a country is going smoothly, you have to give kudos to the leaders in power. But we're not here to give accolade or to take accolade away from our leaders. But we are talking about what kind of leaders do we deserve in a country like ours. So tonight, I'm glad you're still here. We're going to be doing this together. I want it to be participatory. I want you to join this, and you can, put your comment in the comment box. Thank you, those of you on online right away. I appreciate you staying tuned. So, what is it that we need towards a new Nigeria? What is it that we are lacking in this country that our leaders can improve on to make life better? I want you to start putting that in the comment box to see what do you think the government can do. Now, we've talked about creation of jobs. Can government create all the jobs? On making the environment, a society tenable for, for people to invest and all that. But is that enough? So without wasting your time, I know it's time for bed. We just have to make this to prepare our mind for the new week. And that's why we had make a point that is going to spawn you. I said earlier and make a point that if you want to improve on the trade of your parents, if you want to make it more standard, now that you're looking for a job and you're not employed and you know your parent got a job, it might be farm, it might be shoemaking, it might be any other job, mechanical work, it might be vulcanizer or whatever. You want to improve on it. You want to make it standard with your little education. You want to rebrand it. Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change is here to assist in whatever way, maybe to help you run on a research on how you can, make this better. Then you can create a job for yourself through the trades and also create job for other people. You can become an employer of labor through what you gain, you inherited from your parents. We cannot all have a white collar job. I haven't even worked in any organization all my life. I've been leveraging on my what I made from my parents doing, and that is what I've been doing till today. So I've not even given my CV to any organization looking for any job or whatsoever. So if I can do that, you can also do it. There are a lot of people who are doing this leveraging of what they met with their parent doing. It doesn't matter if your mom is selling tomatoes, if your mom is selling wood, or your dad is selling whatever, planks, whatever trade. This is a civilized world. We can, you can repackage it. There are a lot of repackaging. There are a lot of way you can, prove yourself with your education and make it more standard. And this will bring joy to them. This will make them more happier. And when they finally go home, when they sleep, they'll be happy that indeed they left a legacy. And you will stop wandering around looking for jobs. So that is on another side. But what are we talking about tonight is about leadership. What kind of leader do you want in a country? What kind of leaders does a country like Nigeria deserve? So I'm going to be saying 3 points, but I want you to be the judge tonight. I want you to say something. You can click on the link. I'm going to share the link right here. Click on the link if you feel like saying anything. Just tell me in the box you want to come online, want to say something. I'll send you the link. Come on the screen. We can rub mine together. Then if you don't want to come on the screen, just give me your comment. I'm going to put it on the screen for everybody to see. So, what should we expect from a government? What I see in Nigeria that we're lacking is that our government believe that the power belongs to them. And we, the masses, have relinquished this power to these leaders. We always believe the power stays with them and that we don't have a say, we don't have a power. But it is not our fault. It is the way that things has been from the past decades with the military rule and the way our rights were being suppressed. And we can't say nothing. There is freedom of speech, but in the real sense of it, there is no freedom of speech in the land. If you say something against the government, they will come for you. So these have eventually taken away the power that the masses have over the government. So by this point, what kind of leader do we deserve? The leadership that we deserve as a country is a leadership that will be people's oriented. Leadership that will put the citizens, the masses, at the center of their operation. You know, governance must be taken to the doorstep of every individual. You know, governance is more than making roads, making transport. Yes, it's good. It's good to have good road network. It's good to have transportation. But it is these people we are making this for, how important do we place them? Are these people important? How are their lives? We can build infrastructure. We can, develop what is it called? We can develop a new structure, health centers, hospitals, rail tracks, railway lines, underground rail line, whatever airline, this and that. But how do we value the masses? How do we treat the masses? Our leaders must stop this sense of superiority. We give them power, but they come back to suppress, to intimidate the masses who put this power in their hands with their positions. So, what we need from leaders, what we need from government is them bringing governance to our doorstep. And how can they do this? A lot of ways we've mentioned this on this platform. Don't forget, this is a roadmap to a new Nigeria. If we need a new country, what should we look forward to see in our leaders? A leader must mandatory make people place people at the center of their government. They shouldn't take power completely away from people. Now, when I'm saying taking power to the doorstep, taking governance to the doorstep of you, you might be wondering, like, how would they take governance to the doorstep of people? Let me give you just two basic examples. Government is creating, rebranding, renovating structures in the hospitals. Today they will break down the roof, put another roof just to make the hospital look good. But what are the deliverables in these hospitals? The technicalities in these hospitals, how effective are they? The personnel in this hospital, how productive are they? When I say productive, how is their human relation to people coming to access their services? It is not enough to put a structure in place for the masses. If you bring governance to people, they will become your first priority. You're going to look out for their welfare. They're going to be your main priority. You can't just build a structure. You can't just build a building without seeing how people are faring under those conditions. Some people don't even want to go to the hospital anymore unless they are unconscious. People don't want to go for any checkup. People don't want to go for any little things. They prefer to do self-medication and all, because the treatment they're going to receive in the hospital, I'm not talking against the hospital, I'm talking about our leaders. Because our leaders controls everything. Whatever happened in that sector, that is one out of those sectors. Whatever happened in that sectors, the government dictate the tune. If air workers are not well paid and is consistent, like it's a consistent thing, that they are not being cared for, they will lose interest in the job they are doing. Fine, people will say, but it's their profession, they choose to do it. Who choose to suffer in this profession? Because the Nigeria of today, many people are doing their present job for just survival. This is more than it's my hobby, I like doing it. No, people are just doing many jobs just to survive, just to pay their bills and all that. So if they are doing this job basically to survive, and government is not playing their part, there will be negative effect on the economy, there will be negative effect on the same masses. So how are our government putting us at the center of operation? How? So it is high time we started looking forward to leaders that will put people at the center of their government, not people that will just go there and be God over us, over the masses. Now there are a lot of things that can be put in place. There's more to you building schools. What are the facilities in that schools? How are the welfare of those kids in that schools? What kind of conditions are these kids going through to get to that school? You can't just put a roof, a building, you paint it because you painted it, it is school. How is the welfare of the teachers? How is the welfare of the pupils going to that school? Some kids will trek like 20 miles before they get to school. Now tell me, what would a kid trekking from home to school 10, 15, 20 miles, how would they cope with class? Already they are stressed before getting to school. Dirty, food dirty, socks dirty, and uniform dirty and all that, dust everywhere, and they're going to learn. And our leaders will be all over there, hovering their siren, intimidating everybody with siren and all that, forgetting that everything lasts within 4 years or 8 years at the max. But how are we improving on the welfare of these people? You know, it's high time we started looking for leaders that care so much about the masses. It is not leaders that we want to be God over people. Leaders that we want people to eat their crumbs. Leaders that we want their followers to be knocking at their gate early in the morning begging for money to survive. We need leaders who will be with his people. We need leaders who will grow with his people. We need leaders who will know that people come first. When he asked, I was listening to some people coming online talking about they want to become president of Nigeria and all of that. Someone even said he has a lot of followers on, is the one with the highest numbers of followers on Twitter in Nigeria. I was like, how with this, how does this translate to you being, electable? Like you say, oh, you've been doing politics for, you are most qualified. Like people are losing it. And because they have access to resources, they have access to funds, they can splash it anyway, and there's hardship in the land. People just take the money and subscribe to all these fakish ideas. How many of these leaders put humans with the masses at the center of their governance? Few. Even not, if it might not even be few, just maybe 3 or 4, because they are demigods. So now we have to be on the lookout. What kind of leaders do Nigeria deserve to take us to a new Nigeria? We need leaders that will be people-oriented, leaders that won't just sit in an office, in a novel, and be thinking of, oh, my people are doing it, I'm releasing funds, without even seeing how this lies. Somebody went to an hospital in Abuja. I think it's a national hospital or something. I don't even know what they call the name. To like to buy a cotton wool in a national hospital in Abuja, the patient have to go outside to go buy it. They needed a plaster to cover a wound in a surgery. The patient had to send somebody to go buy a plaster in a national hospital. For how long are we going to be having this? And even come to the state hospitals, you don't even have medicine. You have to they ask, go and buy this, go and buy that, go and buy this. The kind of inhumane treatment people get from all these places, it's appalling. So who are the leaders who are going to change this, turn this around? It is not a job of one person. It's a job of everybody. It's a job, it's a work of everybody. We need a leader who can spearhead and be a good example to change things around. This is kind of leader we have to be looking forward to in a new Nigeria. A leader that will bring the doctors along, bring the nurses along, will bring the teachers along with them. A leader who will put power in our tertiary or tertiary institutions. A lot of research going on all over the world, the ones that have to do with the space and all that, are being carried out in universities. But what kind of research is our university carrying out? Nothing. Today is industrial action, tomorrow industrial action. They're not being paid and all of that. This is the order of the day from many decades. And the problems still persist. The health sector, they go on industrial action, private, like our doctors are on strike, lecturers are on strike. For how long? So our government is not prioritizing what they are supposed to prioritize. The moment you don't put your masses at the center of what you're doing, fine is good to make country look good. Fine is good to bring access so that people will, have easy transportation and all of that. But the more people feel that power is too far away from them, they all feel marginalized. Some section in our country is feeling marginalized for years back, up to date. But virtually everybody is feeling marginalized because power is taken away from everybody. Now that's why some people will see a project being done by government as a means to for them to sabotage it and make more money from such project, because they believe that okay, the government might have benefited a lot from this project, and they're just using remnant to carry out this project. And but the point is, what kind of leaders do you want? What kind of leaders do you as an individual want to lead the country? Do we even know? The election is there, people start talking, oh, this guy is good. It's not even this guy is good. We don't have option. No, none of the candidates are good when you look at their antecedent. Like, oh, but we don't have option. What do we have? Who do we have? Nobody's coming out. If you are coming out, come out. And what do you want? What kind of leaders do you want? If you see the right leader, will you support that leader? Our government, our leaders has virtually taken away our dignity from us. They've literally taken away the power that the masses got away totally, entirely from us. But we, the masses, can still change things. We can still turn things around. And that is why we have a platform like this, Nigerian Youth Coalition for Positive Change, NYCPC, where we want Nigerians, patriotic, both old and young, patriotic Nigerians. When I say patriotic, these are not people who are looking for quick money. These are not people who are looking for an opportunity for one politician to pay them money so that they can, what is it called, take their structure and give their structure to a political organization. No, we're looking for patriotic Nigerians who believe they can transform their own society, who believe that in that their profession, they are also a leader. They have to make impact in those places. We're looking for people who are professionals, like nurses, doctors, teachers, engineers, who like career officers in the civil organization, who are ready to change the narrative from their desk. Even if the government is not doing what is right, they said they're going to do what is right. As a nurse, you're at your workplace, okay, government is not paying me, but this is my profession. I want to change life, I want to touch life, and it's going to go a long way. There's a patient who is in need of attention. Your kind of words, your consoling words, the way you show love can even heal such patients. Can heal such patients. So if we have people like this on board, we can start changing the narrative. People will start emulating you. It's not until we wait to be at the as a leader, I think a network break. Glad we're back. If you can see me, I think the network just went off now. But if you can see me, just put in the comment box that you can still see me and you can still hear me. Because I think there's a break in the streaming. But if you can still see me, please let me know in the comment box. If you can still hear me loud and clear, let me have that in the comment box. I wouldn't know why the stream just went off like that. And but glad we're back. But I want to know if you can still see the transmission. If you can see us says this hand, please let me see. Uh, let me have your comment. Let me have your comment if we are back. If we're back, let me know if we're back. Let me know if we're back. I'm waiting for your comment. If you're back, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know if we are back so that we can continue with this conversation. Let me know if you're back. Please, your comment, your comment. Let me know if we're back. Waiting. Let me know if we're back. Are we back? Oh, thank you. Thank you. We're back on. Thank you for that comment. So, we are talking about what kind of leadership do we want? Uh, what kind of leadership do we want in a roadmap to a new Nigeria? So we're talking about you being a leader from your own perspective, from your own area. You don't have to be governor, rep, whatever, before you can be a leader. So how are you able to change the narrative in your own little way? As a teacher, how are you taking the welfare of your pupils, even in the face of hardship? I know it's not easy, but this is your chosen profession. So you can impact life through that. These are the kind of people we want on our platform. We want people who can change life, people who can impact people without even necessarily having money or whatever, that can, in their own little way, can impact life. So that's why Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change is reaching out to you that what kind of leaders do we deserve in a country like Nigeria? What kind of leaders do we deserve in a country like this? So, like I was saying, I want you to put in a comment box, like whatever leaders that you want. Oh, a leaders that can put food on your table, good. A leaders that can create job, good. Just talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Put a comment in the comment box. What kind of leaders do you want? What kind of leaders do you think Nigeria deserve at this point in time? We're going to 2023, and everybody's agitating like, oh, I want to be president. But what are they bringing on board? It is more about economy, turnaround. It is more about the GDP growth of the nation. It is more than that. It is more than that. How do we value our own brands? How do we market our own brands within the country? How do we shun greed and oppression? How do we shun greed and oppression? How do we, change? There are lots we can change. And I believe, like I always say on this platform, the kind of leader we have are the result of our society. If we have a society that doesn't really care much about the welfare of people, we're going to have that same leaders. If all we care about is just you and I, like, oh, myself, I've escaped. I'm on a greener pasture now. I've escaped. I have no business again with Nigeria. I've escaped. And if everybody's like that, what kind of leaders do we want to have? That means you're going to be a kind of leader that when you have what is enough for you and your family, you don't care about the rest. You don't care about others. When you can eventually escape from Nigeria, oh, if I can escape from Nigeria, it's over. Nothing, I don't have anything to do with that country. And at some point, you want to become a leader. So what kind of leader will you eventually become? So we need people who think about that country. We need people who believe Nigeria can still be great. We need people who still believe that united we stand, divided will fall. We need people who can still bring harmony, who can celebrate our diversity. We are so blessed in this country, but what the problem we have is leadership. And it's not just now, it has been from ages past. But we can change the ugly narrative if we all make up our mind. And how can we do that? Is by having a platform that we can all come together and relate with each other, both from the south, east, and west, and talk of the kind of leadership that we deserve. And that leadership will start from us. We have to change our mentality. We have to change our orientation. We have to change the way we think, the way we see the country. As a teacher, this is a new week. Change the pattern of teaching. Change the way you address your pupil, because that is going to stick to their mind going forward. They're going to remember. Children don't forget things. I still remember all what my teachers did to me back in the days. Some are there to be celebrated. Some are there to just you know, the ones that are hardworking, they are always celebrated. I still relate with them and all of that. And whatever you do today is going to impact. Whatever I'm doing today is a result of what my teacher imparted to my life back in the days. So if you are a teacher, this is a new month. This is a new week. We're going to a new month. This is a new week. Try to change your mindset. You can be a leader from that class. Those kids are your follower. Those pupils are your follower. You are the leader. Be an exemplary leader. As a doctor, as a nurse, what kind of leaders do you want to be? Do you want to be so harsh because government is not paying your salary on time and you're leaving the core values of your profession to attack your patients who are supposed to enjoy love and care from you when you're rendering your services? Do you know that your good approach to that work of yours can change the whole society? People can start emulating your goodwill when patients are healed, and they can remember you and come back and give you gifts in the presence of your other colleagues. And they're like, why are they giving you gifts? I don't know, because that is you. And they're coming to appreciate you, even in the presence of your doctors and all that. Like, oh, this nurse, she or she showed me a special attention when I was sick. Our words are consoling, and that was how I can come back on my feet in no time. This is the kind of leaders we can become. Because if you look at the sphere of this Nigeria, a lot has gone wrong. Everybody is contributing to this bad society in one way or the other. I'm not saying we are all corrupt, but I'm saying we have this nonchalant attitude. I don't care if somebody die in that area, if it's not my family, I'm less concerned. People will be in an accident, and it's so surprising that some people will have the guts, the infantry, to take their phone to the accident scene and record people who are wallowing in pains. Why you are supposed to help them and assist them, but you're gonna say, oh, if I take them to the hospital and they die eventually, they're gonna hold me responsible for their death. So because of that, I'm not going to help. But you are not helping, but you can record. Somebody is in problem, somebody is in pain. All you think about is, I need to put something on my social media platform so I can trend. A lot is wrong with us, and we're living the right thing for the wrong thing. We are living the important thing for some temporary thing. We want to laugh good. We have a lot of comedians right there that is taking away the pain from us with their numerous comedy and joke, which is so good. We give kudos to them, but these things are temporary. We need to talk about things that will make life better for us. All this can just take away our pains a little. And thank you all for doing all that. The comedy, our standing, thank you for doing it. But when we digress a little from that comedy, we come to our real life. As that comedy bring food on your table, as those kids, make you different from what you've been before. So now's the time to select the kind of leaders that will, you become the kind of leader that you deserve in a nation. You first becoming that kind of leaders on your own. Then you now agitate to have a leader that will lead the country to its destination. So when you have changed your inner man and you have rebranded yourself to become the kind of leader that you so desire. Some people will be desiring good leaders, but on their own, they are not even good. They can't even be a good leader at home to their own kids. Everything they scream on the kids, every time they can't even provide for their family, but they want a good leader. So what kind of leader are you at home? And don't forget that you are also creating leaders. Virtually, you're creating leaders for your home. So I thank you, Epsiba. I want a leader that can change the ugly narrative in this nation. A leader with a positive mindset of creating a new Nigeria amidst this moral decadence and negative vices. Together we can. Together we can. Yes, we can if we believe. So, what kind of leaders do you want? What kind of leader do you want to lead Nigeria in 2023? The election is near. Is he the leader that will just give you money so that you can go and vote, or the one that will be full of self appraiser? I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm this, I've achieved this, I've acquired this. Are these kind of leaders that Nigeria deserve at this point? If we need a new Nigeria, just like this program is all about, it's a roadmap to a new Nigeria. A roadmap to a new Nigeria. Like, what kind of leaders do you want to a new Nigeria? And we have said it on this platform tonight that a leader that will make his government people oriented. A leader that will put people, the masses, at the center of their governance. A leader that will take governance to the doorstep of the masses, where the welfare of the masses is so important, where you care about the real relief. Why can you relieving palliative to people and they are not even getting it? Why can't you bring something on ground that can even checkmate how this whole thing is being disbursed and all that? There are a lot of check and balances that we are missing. So, like I said, Yoruba always say charity begins at home. So, if you need a good leader to lead the nation, you have to be a good leader on your own. Don't just say because you have escaped the hardship of the land, like people traveling to the diaspora, oh, I've escaped. I'm now, oh, Nigeria has spoiled, Nigeria has destroyed, I'm not coming back home, this and that. Don't be that kind of people. Home will always be home. There's nowhere that can be as sweet as home. The legacy you had from home, you can never have it in this new place you are. Fine, you can create a new empire for yourself, a new life, but home will always be home. Your ties are still home. Your lineages are still home. So if we want leaders that will always think of home, make home priority. The change starts from you and I, and you. Are you a good leader? What you don't have, you cannot give. Who are you? That's a good question. So let's change our mindset. We're gonna be running this by the grace of God. We're not gonna have a break. We're gonna be running this, and it's gonna keep going. Let's start talking about the kind of leaders we have. Join this movement today where we can all deliberate and work on things. Work on things, not necessarily politics. It's not necessarily about elections and all that. Let's fine tune our mindset. Let's change our orientation. Let's change our orientation. With this, we can all be prepared. Like, okay, this is the kind of leaders we are expecting. This is kind of leaders we are expecting. We can, we can do a lot of things. We can achieve a lot of things together. So we're opening our doors. Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, the youth does not really means you have to be that young. You know, we're welcoming anybody from 18, even 16 and above. If you are 50, 55, 60, if you still want to be considered as a youth, you still got the energy to work with us, you are welcome. You know, sign up on this platform. The link will be shared on the screen now, and you're gonna like take get in touch, click on the link and sign up. You know, you can sign up and join this movement. This movement is here to change the ugly narrative in our country. This movement is here to change the orientation of our people, that together we can make a better Nigeria. Together we can change the ugly narrative of our nation. You can join if you want to sign up to become a volunteer. You can follow the link on the screen to become a volunteer, and so that you can join one of our states, our states level and outreaches. You can join them, and you can join their meetings where we talk about things that will change your mindset, things that will spawn you to start doing something great for your nation. Even if your nation is not doing something great for you, the greatness can start from you. You can start changing the narrative. You can start changing everything, starting from your mindset. You know, if you have a positive mindset, that's a lot. That's a lot that one can have. So thank you all for joining this episode. Like, the show is still, the comment section is still live even after the program. If you still have something you can say, or maybe you stumble on this video after this live broadcast, you can put your comment. And if you need us to, you know, assist you on whatever thing, you know, put your comment. We're going to reach out to you, and we're going to welcome you to our platform. This is the best place to be all over the world, all over the country. This is one of first of its kind, to be having a platform that's going to encourage you, to be having a platform that is not centered around any single individual, that is about, if you check our website, the one on the screen, you will see a map of Nigeria. We are all over Nigeria. Even we are in places and outside Nigeria, in the US and the UK, South Africa, Ghana, Dubai, Australia, Canada. We have representative, we have group who are working day and night to see that we have a better Nigeria. It's not about being into politics. It's not about one party or the other. It's about we as Nigeria, how we can put value to our life, how we can change things around. You know, what is missing is life does not worth nothing in our country. That's why people can be killed. 10, 15, 20 people can be killed at once, and things just goes on like nothing happened. There's no national money unless it's an individual that is popular, maybe part of the leaders that we have in the past. That's when the mask will be dropped and all that, the flag will be dropped and all that. But how do we cherish the life of our people? How valuable are the life of people to you? So that's why I'm saying our leaders are not bringing government to people. Their government is not people oriented. So it's high time we change this. It's high time we start changing this, and we can only do that from the grassroots. Even if our leaders will keep saying it to their ears, stop blowing siren on us. In advanced world, we only see siren with the police officer when there is an emergency. We only see siren, blowing of siren on ambulances, not on government officials. You are a House of Assembly member, you're going to have a convoy, and you have a siren. You're blowing siren up and down, intimidating people. When we're in a gridlock, when we're in a traffic law, we have to be in the traffic law together. Because we are the same. We just put you in those positions to represent us, to serve. We're not serving you, you are there to serve us. So our leaders must understand this. They have to change this mentality that leadership is not about people serving you. It's about you serving the people. You don't have to turn yourself to God over people. You don't have to. It's a privilege that you are a leader. It is a privilege. And we should all understand that leadership does not last forever. Leadership is just for a main time. It's for a little time. And whatever you do is waiting for you out there to get back at you. So if you believe you are God over the masses, you like the way they praise you, they call you Rakandede. You like the way they come to your door and eat your crumbs. You like it the way they worship you when you are in your convoy, they're running after your cars. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. People running after cars and you're blowing your siren, throwing like racing dust on people who voted you in the name of I'm a leader. There's some people will come and defend them that for security reasons. The security reasons were not in a system when they were canvassing for votes, begging here and there. The security reasons were not there when they were nobody, when they are just ordinary people. The moment they get to that office, it's over with. We have to change this mentality, and it has to start even from the grassroots to the top, and from the top down to the grassroots. We need to change it. We need to change all this. I have to raise my shoulder because you have been elected to a position. It doesn't make you superior in the presence of God. It doesn't. We'll give you honor, we'll respect you, but you are there to serve. People have elected you to serve them. How is that service? How are you putting that service into play? Are they at the center of this leadership of yours? Is this leadership of yours people oriented? Are you not intimidating the people that elected you into office? So what are you doing? And I always say this attitude starts from the position of being a follower. It is what you are when you are not rich, like when you are not wealthy. That is what you're going to show. Maybe whatever poverty is covering when you are not wealthy. That's what your wealth will expose when you finally get rich. So we're spending an hour on roadmap coupled with the make a point. And I just want to appreciate you for tuning in, for joining this program. If you have not signed up to Nigeria Youth Coalition for Positive Change, NYCPC, One Era Movement, please follow the link on the screen. Sign up on www.nycpc.org, or you can go to our project website, which is for volunteers, and you can show yourself that you want to volunteer and be a part of this. Be a part of this. Let's do this together. If we have a lot of us on this platform, we can decide what kind of leaders we want. If we have a lot of us subscribing and we started changing our orientation, we can become that kind of leaders that the country deserves, that will take us to a new Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining this program today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's NYCPC TV. It's also on Facebook, NYCPC TV. We have our own Facebook page, but we have this TV page, which is NYC TV, the way it's written on the screen. You can follow us on Instagram, on NYCPC TV, at NYCPC TV. And we are also on Twitter, NYCPC underscore one era. You can, follow us on all this channel. Let's build this community together. Let's build this community together. I want thank you. Let me just round up. Time is up. It's almost an hour. My time is up. But thank you for joining. Next week is going to be a wonderful time. Get yourself prepared. I'll put you on the screen. We can all have this conversation the way we usually have it. And have a blessed week. And next week will be a wonderful time with you. Thank you so much. And God bless. And make sure you keep dropping the messages on the comment section. What kind of leaders do we deserve in Nigeria? And I believe come 2023, the kind of leader that we deserve will emerge. It doesn't matter what party is coming from. But I believe if we started seeing them coming out, we're going to know, oh, this speaks the mind of people. This is the kind of people that we want, who are not going to detach from their people. Thank you, and God bless you. See you next week.